the Nine of Pentacles. And it's a week where you're very focused on your material comfort. And for some of you, this may highlight unearned income, or it could be dividends, it may be royalties. There's a focus on assets and mastering those resources, and also self-control, self-mastery. For some of you, this is perhaps enjoying your own company. It's a week where there may be a lot of solitude, where you take time to pursue your own interests, a hobby, or, getting in touch with nature or spending time with your animals. So you have a strong capacity for being alone and, enjoying the sensual pleasures of life. It's a week that focuses on self-reliance and being self-sufficient, putting in the necessary discipline that will, take your life to the next level, where you find yourself with plenty of money and the leisure to do as you will. So for some of you, you're focused on some skill that you have, your talents, making some sound business decisions. You may even be self-employed. So maybe you're managing some property, or you're focused on success, gain, and attainment in some way. So this is a week where your own personal achievement is the key to your success. You're making the kinds of moves that will bring you some peace of mind, reaffirm your position. And so if you're expecting a lot of other people or a situation, you're allowing people to impose on your time, take up your energy, or you're demanding too much of other people, there are going to be some reality checks this week. This is a period where you stand to gain the most by putting in that effort, the diligence, and having that unwavering faith in yourself and your capabilities. Now, some of you, given who you are, you may have a secret admirer. Perhaps you're exceptionally talented or beautiful or graceful, or you may be in admiration of someone. This is about the ideal, the total package, an ideal situation, ideal setup, ideal person or companion, someone that you may be looking at and thinking that they're the total package, or vice versa. But this card ties to Venus in Virgo, and that means that much of your relationships serves a practical purpose or has a practical tie to it. Now, Virgo is a sign that is very discriminating in taste, high standard, and so you may be looking at others in measurement of a high standard. Do they meet snuff? And, again, you may find that someone ticks all of the boxes, or someone may see you as that, but it's also the possibility that you have this idea of perfectionism that is unattainable. Maybe your mark is a little bit too high, or you may be connecting with people or wanting to, that you feel are just out of range, just out of reach for whatever reason. Maybe they're in another category, a step above in some way, or you feel intimidated by their presence or what they have to offer, and so you don't reach out, or vice versa. So there could be some external circumstance that keeps you just at bay from what you desire. Or you may be building a wall around yourself because you're content with your own company and the world that you've created. Now, this can also indicate the mistress, because there are issues here this week about being taken care of. And so there may be a conflict between being self-sufficient or allowing others to support. Do I want to give up my freedom? And what does that mean? Maybe I have all of my needs provided for, but it means I must yield to the other person in some way. So there could be an inner conflict, or the expectation that all of your needs, wants, and desires are fulfilled by someone else. But again, this is a week of self-reliance, and some of you, because of your effort, you may be receiving some kind of notice. Maybe you get a nomination of some sort, or a reward, or recognition in some way. Maybe there's a promotion or a party or celebration in your honor, or just some sincere thanks and recognition for who and what you are and what you've offered. For some of you, your connections to family members or some kind of business connection is going to prove fortunate for you in some way. It's going to help boost your potential. And some of you, maybe you're interested in property. Maybe you're going to purchase some or inherit a piece of property. Now, the negative of this card is that you may be dealing with dishonest people, or somebody's got a guilty conscience about something that has occurred. There could be some accusations flying about this week, and it's a week where you're likely to hear some gossip that's hard to believe. It may be unfavorable, unkind, unfair to you as well. And so maybe your response is you want to strike out and get back at the other person, but it's a week where you should refrain from sharing secrets or passing along gossip or rumors. And you need to know that whatever you do or say this week could come back to haunt you, if not this week, later on. So you really have to look at who you're connecting to this week. What is your ideal? In some cases, the entertainment or distraction or people that you are involved with are actually problematic. They're bringing you some kind of trouble or danger or heartache, and you're putting up with more than the momentary distraction is actually worth, especially if you've done it to avoid something or as a means of escaping some kind of emotional disappointment you've suffered or some kind of loss. If that's the case, this is a week where you may have a false sense of security. Maybe you're relying on something and giving it too much credit. You need to guard against financial loss or material damage, and in some cases, a threat to your reputation. So this is a week about, whether your perception and your expectation of yourself and others is accurate. If you're looking for too much, or you're allowing other people to ask too much of you, then this is a week where you got to get things back into balance. This says that the stronger your determination to just get on with your life, the sooner and easier you can rise above any kind of uncertainties you've experienced, procrastination you've been dealing with, or fear of rejection.